Hey there, Wastelanders, it's Brother Mike, and I am back, and thank you so much for joining me. Today, we're going to talk about the ramifications of Mr. House having cold fusion. Now, I've talked about this before, but as you guys know, every Thursday I love to go and watch Oxhorn and his Scotch and Smoke Ring show, and I'll ask him questions here and there about a magnitude of things, theories I have, or even just general things. I love to see other creators, especially the greatest Fallout creator of all's, opinion on it. And when I brought up Mr. House having cold fusion, he did bring up a good point. And I want to talk about this because, well, yes, as a House fan, it would be epic for him to have unlimited power again. It completely not only imbalances the wasteland, which there wasn't really balance to begin with, but it's almost too much power. Now, first, before I get into any of this, there's been something going around, and that's that people think that when Cooper Howard left to Colorado, he took cold fusion. Now, post-war, it is very clear Cooper does not mess with cold fusion. Not only does he know how powerful it is, but he knows the cost and the dangers of carrying it and going through the wasteland with it. So do you think he's going to make a journey that potentially he's never made before, all the way to Colorado where the Enclave are, just to return them cold fusion again? And then do you think the Fallout show would do something as big as Cooper Howard taking cold fusion from Mr. House after promising House to keep it with him? We also, it's pretty apparent with what he says throughout the season, to do good with it, we got to give it to a really bad guy. That's what he did. And I think he knows that with House, cold fusion will be safe, and it will stay out of the real bad guy's hands. Now that we're over that, because that would be even a bigger mistake than nuking Shady Sands off screen and then giving us a 5-minute sob story with Maximus's parents and us not know how that bomb got there. But that would just be 10 times worse. You can't do something that big of a plot point, especially since I think they're trying to almost retire the cold fusion plot line, and this is the easiest way to do so without getting it destroyed, which now we know that if it gets destroyed, it could potentially literally destroy the Earth and surrounding planets like the moon and such. But now we're over that. House has cold fusion. It's that simple. If he was flickering on his monitor, he has cold fusion. They would show something that big. But House having cold fusion does bring up some issues, because now, for the first time ever since the bombs dropped, House has the means to do anything he wants. And with the extras of the Fallout show, there's an extras tab where it shows all these little Robco kind of subscriber videos that they'd send out to their subscribers, as well as some other companies, but mostly Robco. We know that House had the House database where he was monitoring, watching, gathering data on everything, from people's eating and sleeping habits to military plans to what was happening in Alaska, where he saw that devil in the snow. And so he most likely has access to this again. Do you think that if he was playing to keep himself holed up in the Lucky 38, potentially for thousands of years, that he wouldn't bring his, big brother system with him? No, we see him still using it on the strip during the events of New Vegas. He's watching everything, everyone. He's keeping tabs on everything. And now he has access to, realistically, the most dangerous technology in the Wasteland, which is all of his technology again. And with cold fusion, I can't imagine that he's not able to broadcast his signal again on the House network. And while, yes, this could lead to some good things, are we going to see a change in Mr. House? Especially since it's very clear that the Mr. House that we see at the end of the Fallout show is not the Mr. House we've grown to know and love. Now, what do you mean by that? Well, it's very clear that he basically said he got killed and his body was reactivated within his systems. This is something I've been pushing out forever. My Mr. House backup theory, where at the end of the S-Man ending, he says he's going to upgrade himself with a personality upgrade and that he may be gone for a while. That's a bit weird. How is he acting independently? Unless that personality system had been telling him what to do the entire time. Mr. House and Yes Man's plan almost mirror each other. The only thing that stays the same is that you get the choice of what to do with these factions, but in the end, it's almost the same. The NCR pushed out, the Legion pushed out. Vegas, independent, and not having to rely off of anyone anymore, using the power from Hoover Dam. And so, the courier, who knows none the wiser, leaves, and Mr. House wakes back up. But it's very apparent that something happened, and that most likely the Hoover Dam is destroyed, since Mr. House isn't online and isn't in this coma state anymore. It seems he has no power, and when returning power, he comes back to life. Now, we have seen how AIs, or how personality AIs, act in the Fallout universe. They eventually get bored. They eventually start experimenting. And are we going to see this distorted version of House follow that same path? Or are they going to take it a different route? Now, this could really go anywhere. But Oxhorn brings up a really good point. And that is, will Mr. House care now? He's in a almost impenetrable fortress. This is stated a lot in Fallout New Vegas by the NCR, because it's why they can't just attack. It's why it's much easier for you to go in and destroy Mr. House yourself, because you have access to him and the Lucky 38. Because it is an honestly good point. Now, we see that Mr. House is still focused on the Enclave, which I think disproves a little bit of the things Oxhorn says during this live. I agree with him on some parts, but I disagree with him on other parts. Mr. House's nonstop pressure to Cooper Howard on the Enclave shows that, like, he is genuinely worried, especially because they were a step ahead of him and that he really didn't get much information on them pre-war. Now, when he's monitoring this vault, I think it's kind of going to be shown in this next season, the administrative vault under New Vegas, that he may know roughly where the Enclave is at. And especially on that screen, we see a bunch of states labeled that have a lot of Enclave activity. West Virginia being one of those, actually. And Colorado. And so I'm really excited to see where this goes. But there are going to be ramifications for this. Like, I really don't understand why no one's talking about it, like, at all. Like, it's been pushed out in front of our faces. Literally, one of the smartest men in the entire Fallout universe, one of the most dangerous men pre- and post-war, now has completely unlimited energy to do anything he wants with. You guys don't understand that he'll be able to start rebuilding and fixing up broken Securitrons. And on top of that, I don't think that all of his Securitrons are gone. We know that when the bombs dropped, they all shuffled into the Lucky 38 basement and laid dormant, until he sent them out to a scouting party to Hoover Dam, where he saw the NCR soldiers. And that in the basement, he can literally fix, reassemble, and make more Securitrons. And showing the Mark II on their face in that episode with Thaddeus at the, Maximus, and Harkness breaking into the Sunset Sarsaparilla factory, we see the flash of the Mark II, and that can't just be hacked into and done. That is a update, like a phone update. Say your Instagram needs updated, so you update it, and you go in your Instagram app, and it looks all different. That wasn't already on there. It was downloaded offline, off of the Platinum chip. That's the best way for me to explain it, because people seem to have a hard time, seem to be coping with the fact. But does that also mean he has access to the oh my goodness, the weather station where the Legion is at, and all those Securitrons? And are they still lingering there, or are they potentially back at the Lucky 38? Now people are saying, oh, his whole army's destroyed. Where? We see 2 destroyed Securitrons. I think. It may just be the same one. And one of them is Yes Man. We see one destroyed Securitron outside the strip. And also, wouldn't it make sense for him to recall his army if he kind of knew that stuff was going down in the gutter and that obviously the Hoover Dam is offline and that his systems were going to go down at any minute? I mean, we see the strip has no power. But it's just, there is going to be something that comes out of this. Yes, he may seem like a good guy for now, but what is House going to do once the threat is gone? Is he still going to stick to his original plan, which is space exploration, getting off the planet, starting new civilizations, or does he have everything he finally needs now? And is leaving Earth just too big of a problem, and why not stay and reshape it? I really hope they go more into this in Season 2. I think it's going to be very clear that he's going to be working with Lucy and Maximus, and I really hope he gives Maximus a Pip-Boy with his face on it, and he leads them to Colorado, where they team up with the Ghoul again to go against the Enclave, with Mr. House backing them. I really think that's a good story. Now, as we've seen in the past, it seems that I've come up with better endings and plots than some of the Fallout show people, but that's me just scratching my own back. But I would love to see something like that. I just want to see House on the Pip-Boy again. That's really it. And I really hope they put out the update so we can have House on the Pip-Boy. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about Mr. House having cold fusion. And do you think he still has cold fusion? Because them taking it off screen would be worse than Shady Sands, because to people who don't know the Fallout show, they don't really know or care about Shady Sands. But to us, doing that was detrimental. And this may be the first time they do something off screen where people are like, what? But it isn't confirmed. I also think it's incredibly stupid and dangerous for one man to be transporting cold fusion. Now, yes, he's an epic gunslinger, and he's renowned and known everywhere, but still, we've seen him get overpowered before. And this paints the target of all targets on his back. So I think he knows that the safest place for cold fusion to be is in the penthouse of the Lucky 38, because we know that the Lucky 38 is an absolute fortress. And so let me know what you guys think down below. What's going to happen with House and cold fusion? Is this backup of House going to show signs of other AIs, like a lot of the Zax machines? Who knows? But I cannot wait to see. This has been on the back of my mind, and today I woke up and said, I have to talk about it. So yeah, sorry I haven't had many videos out. I've been dealing with some issues, obviously. This is what happens when you speak out against the Fistophiles. Don't talk about it publicly. He will find you. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And if you're new around here, why don't you consider subscribing and liking the video? And if you enjoyed it, why don't you press that hype button? But with all that being said, actually, if you're watching this right now, there's a really good chance that I may be live just for a short 2 hours playing some DayZ. But with all of that being said, you don't forget, you are cared for, you are loved, and you stay safe out there, Wastelanders.